So what is up YouTube? This is Jeremy from Team Bio, and today guys we are going to be doing a live match. I will be playing Blackwings as I recently did upload a Blackwing deck profile against my good buddy Colin, who will be playing Nekroz. So this is actually the second take we had to do on this video because the first video I just blatantly messed up and the first card I activated was just completely off screen, and so was half of our match. So I did win, or he did win the initial match though, the best 2 out of 3. We did go to game 3 in that game, and he did manage to pick it up. But yeah, onto this game. We opened up pretty decently. This is the exact list I was using for the deck profile I uploaded. Our hand is pretty decent. Opening up 3 Blackwings that just special summon themselves is really good. We're just hoping not to get an Nibirued, and you guys can kind of see in his hand right now what he's got: the double lava golem and the dark ruler no more. I'm just going through my combo, whatever. I did know what he was playing, but I didn't know what cards he had teched in. So at the time, I didn't know he was like main decking in the first match. Anyways, I didn't know he was main decking like lava golems, dark ruler no more, whatnot. But yeah, as you see, we did Zephyros effect to bounce the. Oh, I'm totally blanking its name. Not Chris. I just can't even read it. Bora. We bounce the Bora to our hand just because we can special Bora again. Overlay into our Force Strix. This is obviously going to get us another search, or this is going to get us our initial search, and then a set from our Raid Raptor Link monster. Let's see what we're going to search, because I honestly do not remember. Any day now, Jeremy. I don't know why I was looking at the level 1. So we're going to go ahead and search for Strangleanius, that's right. And then mandatory effect of the Raid Raptor. You do have to keep in mind, guys, if you are playing this deck, it is a mandatory effect. Colin's just asking to read what that card does. I'm like, it just says if you control a dark monster, special summon it, and then I'm locked into darks for the rest of the turn. So I'm going to have to maneuver this properly, where I'm going to be able to set up the Cyber Dragon Infinity play, because as you can see, we do have that. And I take forever to shuffle because I am annoying and I just out of habit shuffle all the time. Next, we go ahead and activate the Raider's Wing in our graveyard, detach the material from the Force Strix to special summon it, and then link the Force Strix and the Raid Raptor link into Rusty Bardiche. I'm sure at this point we're going to trigger Rusty Bardiche. Oh, nope, never mind. We're going to pay half of our life points to summon the Raid Raptor Force Strix into the Infinity. Oh, that little like switch over there was just me telling him how the rulings, or an interesting ruling, I should say, not how the rulings, but an interesting ruling where if you activate Shea Force and then you special summon the Raid Raptor Xyz to a zone where Rusty points to, and then move it to a different zone for Infinity, you will trigger Rusty being able to pop it. And he's like, oh, that's pretty interesting because Shea Force actually special summons and then special summons again. So it's just, I don't really know. I don't understand why it works like that, because I would think that it missed timing, but it does not apparently. So you can pop off of specialing Infinity basically, because it counts as 2 special summons off of the Shade Force. Anyways, we're going to go in again. We're searching for a another Dark Wing Beast off of our second Force Strix. We're just going to go for a Chris just because it's got a ton of attack. We don't really have too much else to throw into the field. Behind the camera actually is another good buddy of mine, Kyle. And I have no clue what I'm doing in here. Oh, I'm activating Rusty's effect to send to set the rank up spell. This Strangleanius does activate in the hand, which I did not know initially. But yeah, we're going on ahead and setting up the pop with, what is its name? Ultimate Falcon. And as I'm doing this, I'm laughing because this is our second match. It's like our 8th game or something. And I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, you're gonna double lava golem me or something stupid. And I guess Colin at the time, he's looking behind the camera at our buddy Kyle, and Kyle's just giggling. I'm like looking down at the field, shuffling my deck. I'm like, all right, so we got 3 interruptions, we got a pop, we got negation, we're good. This field is very solid. Let's do this. and I'm actually currently at 1,800. Oh, that little trick right there, I'm gonna pause the video real quick, was me activating Infinity's effect to suck up the, um, what is its name? Verte Anaconda, so I don't take damage. So for those of you who are keeping track, in order, I was initially at 8,000 life points, so the video's paused for a second. I took 400 from the initial bounce of the Zephyros, so that put me at 76. I paid half of my life points, which would drop me down to 38 for the Shave Force to summon the Infinity, and then I paid 2,000 more for the Verte Anaconda, putting me at 1,600 life. And at the end of this, I'm like, oh, he's just gonna drop double Lava Golem on me and then pass turn. And then during my standby phase, Lava Golem has a mandatory effect where it is going to burn me for 1,000 for each Lava Golem. So as you can see in his hand right there, he's got double Lava Golem, and he gives me 1, and then he gives me 2. I called out exactly. You can kind of see him giggling a little bit. He's just laughing. I'm just like, oh my god, I called it. It was funny. All that time wasted just to get burnt to death by 2 lava golems. He didn't even play anything onto his field. He's just like, you're at 1,600, lava golem, pass. We were all laughing. It was a good time. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and start side decking. I'm just shuffling, trying to get the cards like somewhat scrambled to make sure that nothing's too in the way. I actually have not seen Colin's side deck. I did not see that he had a barrier statue of Torrent in there, but he's doing what's called a smoke screen, where he puts all 15 cards from his side deck into his main deck and then shuffles them around and then pulls out 15 random cards. So let's see. I didn't see what he was pulling out. So he taking out Lava Golem for some reason. What that just completely won in the match. Taking out There Can Be Only One. I think he thinks I'm gonna make him go first. I don't remember what I do. So we're gonna see. Secret Village of the Spellcaster. So he's putting back that Lava Golem in, I think. I don't remember what I sided for him. I think I sided evenly matched because I was going to smoke screen into going second, making him think he was going to go first. So I think I sided in like evenly matched in Dark Rulers. So you see he's got the Cosmic Cyclones in. Those are obviously going to be for my Black Whirlwinds. Let's see what he's siding out. So he took out the Barrier Statue of Torrents, which I think is kind of odd. That's kind of a blowout against a dark deck. But to be fair, I guess most of my monsters are bigger than 1,000 attack or 1,000 defense. But yeah, as you can see, he's not just playing Lava Golem Turbo. He's actually playing a comprehensible deck, being Dogmatica Nekroz, which is actually really cool. Unfortunately, because I did mess up on the first match that we did record, he did this really cheeky play where he was playing Nekroz of Sophia, which, if you guys don't know what it does, is Nekroz of Sophia says you can discard this card and 1 Nekroz ritual spell. You can see it right there, actually. You can discard this and 1 Nekroz ritual spell for the rest of this phase. Your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. So I went first. I activated Simoon in my opening hand. He's like, okay, chain. I was like, oh, this is unfortunate. So I just had to pass at that point. I lost 1,000 for the Simoon activating Black Whirlwind from my deck and the Black Whirlwind getting sent to the graveyard at the end of the turn. So it kind of just pooed all over my day, but it was pretty funny. I was like, I love that card, but was not expecting to see that. And this game is going to be a little bit over 40 minutes. When I host for like my friend groups, so sometimes I'll host like a small tournament, just a small gathering of people. We all wear masks. We want to stay as safe as we can. But I let the rounds last 45 minutes because we don't have an official judge. So Colin and I are actually our judges for my little tournaments, and we just so happen to be playing for this one. So like we'll be running back and forth, making rulings, whatever, whenever they're needed. So I make the runs just 5 minutes longer. So I believe this game was like 45 minutes and 36 seconds. Just off the top of my head, I don't know, but We are getting into game two. I am shuffling, just saying, "Oh my god, I do not want to get lava golemed." Yeah, I did. I did decide to go second in this. I did see an evenly matched when I was shuffling through just now. Yep, I saw it again. So I don't think he was expecting to go first in this next game. Uh, so let's see how this goes. Giving it one last shuffle for good luck. Maybe another, and a third time. And I just do not stop shuffling. I think I was talking to him, telling him about how I was calling the lava golem. He's kind of giggling right there, you can see. All right. And his hand is absolute garbage for going first. It's not terrible, actually. He does have the Nadir Servant. He was a little bit shocked when I did tell him that he is going first, though. So he sends, I'm sure he's going to send the Herald off of the Nadir Servant. Kind of seems like the obvious play. Let's see. Oh, he sends Omega. Okay. I'm not sure why he sent that, though, to be quite honest. I think even afterwards he said, like, he should have sent Herald. So then he's going to normal summon the Ecclesia, trigger her effect. Let's see. Is that Fleur de Lis? Is that what his name is? I know Maximus can special summon himself, and then you can send 2 extra deck monsters, and your opponent has to as well. But Fleur de Lis is actually really good in this particular instance, just because he can interrupt my field. I think he should have searched Fleur de Lis instead of the Maximus, but there's no wrong play, to be quite honest. So he's going to banish the Omega, yeah, so I think he should have sent the Herald of the Arclight. Just a small misplay, it happens. So then he sends his Herald of the Arclight, and then probably a Toad. I think he would send a Toad. I'm sending IP Masquerena since I know I'm going second, so I'm not going to have to set that up, and I'll probably send the Unicorn. Yep. Yeah, I think what he initially should have done is instead of sending the Omega, he says this as well, in the middle of the game. I have it muted because it's a little bit louder of the background, but he definitely should have sent the Herald off of the Nadir Servant to get 2 searches for Herald of the Arclight, and then he could have put one of the Heralds back in the, what's it called? Back into the deck if he would have sent Omega instead of Toad. So he would have sent Herald off the Nadir, and then Herald and Omega off of the Maximus, get the search off of both of the Heralds, and then search, or put the Herald back with Omega. He's going to get quite a few searches, though. He's got the Unicorn, which, if you guys don't remember Nekroz format, or if you weren't around, I think that was 2014, 2015-ish. I want to say 2014. Nekroz of Unicorn just says all monsters special summoned from the X deck have their effects negated, which is kind of annoying because I really want to special summon from the X deck, obviously, with Blackwings. And then how the Nekroz works is the only way you can special summon them is by tributing monsters with the exact levels, is actually how the ritual spells work. And as you saw, my buddy Kyle, bumped the camera by accident. It's whatever, it happens. He was having a good time watching us play, though. So he's going to search Colossus. Colossus is going to discard, I believe Colossus searches him a ritual spell. Oh, he searched Brio first to search the Colossus, and then, yeah, Colossus discards to search a ritual spell. Nekroz cycle can special summon it back from the from the graveyard by banishing from the graveyard, I believe, as well. But he does have the Shirt in hand to get the search off of as well. Shirt counts as a whole tribute for any Nekroz. Shirt's back at 3, fortunately. I just asked him, where I wasn't asking, I was confirming what Colossus did. Colossus, during either player's turn, I believe, says you can target one monster special summon from the extra deck and negate its effects, because he knows I was playing Impermanence, so I was probably going to try to, if I did open Imperm, I was going to shotgun it against the Unicorn, and then that would still leave him with a Colossus negation. And he ends on that. That's actually not too bad of a board. If he would have had Fleur de Lis, it would be absolutely insane. I just would not have been able to out that. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Black Whirlwind, and then activate Simoon, which is an absolutely insanely broken combo. getting 2 searches off the Black Whirlwind. And what's convenient is this does not count towards my normal summon. So I get to trigger 2 Black Whirlwinds. I always make sure that the one I activate off of Simoon is Chainlink 2 just because I want to play around Ogre. So I'm going to lose that one no matter what. So I might as well let that one be the one that gets Ogred without taking the 1,000 life point damage. I'm probably frustrated about something, what that little shake was. But yeah, searching Oster and then probably another Gale, I believe, is what I searched because I have that up top. Because I want to cut the attack of the Unicorn and the Colossus in half so I can attack over them. So let's see what we get into here. I don't know why I let him shuffle it, because as soon as I summon that Oster, I'm going right back in. My hand's actually pretty decent. Oh, I had 2 Gales in my opening hand already, so I special summon 1 Gale. I'm sure I'm going to use this effect to try to cut Unicorn in half and then try to cut the Colossus in half as well, with the other Gale I have in my opening hand. And I also am locked into Dark Monsters, so I do not have the Cyber Dragon Infinity play open to myself. So let's see what we got going on here. I'm just trying to think of the best way to maneuver around this. I'm probably trying to play around Nibiru, but at this point I'm like, if he's got the Nibiru, he's got it. But okay, so let's see what his hand is. It was Lava Golem and Nekroz of Trishula. I believe Trishula protects from targeting. I could be wrong. No, Gungnir protects from targeting. So yeah, as you see, I special summon Gale. I'm going to use Gale's effect eventually to cut the attack of someone in half. And then I'm ordering my chain links to chain block around Oster. And he's just asking like why I could normal summon again, because Simoon just gives me the extra normal summon. So I'm going Chainlink 1, the Black Whirlwind I activated from hand, Chainlink 2, Oster to special summon back the Gale that I banished off of the Simoon, and Chainlink 3, the Black Whirlwind I activated off of Simoon to ensure that if I do get Ghost Ogre, just if he hasn't done it by now, that one would be the one that dies. Although I cannot resolve the second Black Whirlwind, at the time it was 100% legal to activate it, because I did have a target in my deck, even if it was one target, and I activated both Black Whirlwinds. In the old rules, you would be able to like show your opponent like, yeah, I had targets at the time of activation on resolution. I did not. It's like the same with, what is that? The Lightsworn searching card. Charge of the Light Brigade. Let's say you're only playing 1 Raiden in a random deck for some reason. You activate Charge of the Light Brigade, mill 3, and one of those 3 happen to be the Raiden. You will not be able to resolve Raiden or resolve Charge of the Light Brigade, but it was a legal activation. You just don't have a target on resolution. Anyways, back to the gameplay. So yeah, I'm activating Gale. He's activating Trish to negate it. You can see the die on Maximus and on Unicorn. That's showing that they are negated because I did Gale both of them. And then on that third Gale that I had, he was activating Colossus activating Trishula to protect the Colossus. Let me look up Trishula real quick. I don't remember what that protects from. Nekroz of Trishula. When a card or effect is activated that targets a Nekroz monster you control, you can discard this card and negate the activation. So it does protect from targeting. Okay. So at this point, I'm just going into battle, trying to swing over them. So his only form of negation is with that one Colossus. I hope you guys did not hear that. That was my stomach growling. Anyways, so next we're going to go ahead and link into our Raid Raptor Xyz, or Link Monster, excuse me. We're probably going to try to summon a Zephyros from the deck. Kind of seems like the best play. So, yep, we special Zephyros from the deck, and that's me leaning back to give a ruling and answer a message. You'll see me lean back quite a bit, sorry guys. But being the 2 judges that we got there, it's a little bit difficult sometimes. At this point, I am Synchro 10. We are going for Full Armor Master. That's right. I remember doing this play now because I was going to take his Nekroz of Colossus, and he was reading Oh, another bump. He was reading Full Armor Master because he's trying to figure out like what the point of it was. I'm pretty much trying to force him to use his Colossus. And then at this point, I'm going to activate Oster, putting wedge counters on everyone. And then I'm going to activate Full Armor to take one of his guys. And he's like, wait, what does it do? Not like that, though. He was just like, oh, that's interesting. So I am targeting his Colossus with this effect because I do want to take it. I believe at this point he chains Colossus, targeting my Raid Raptor Link monster to make sure I don't get a rank up spell set directly from my deck. Yep, so he does go ahead and do that. Then I will snatch his Colossus. I'm just gonna link it away at some point. I wish it was a level 4 so I could use it as a Xyz material for Strix, but I do not play Break Sword either, which is kind of unfortunate for a rank 3. And we are still locked into Dark Monsters. Kind of smack my graveyard around. I'm just trying to think about the best way to maneuver around this. I am safe from Nibiru, but at this point, like, he wouldn't have had it. He would have Nibiru'd me a long time ago. But with a Full Armor Master on the field, I feel pretty controlling of the board. I'm linking these two off into IP Masquerena, I believe, or Verte Anaconda. I can't remember exactly who. Or maybe I'm doing a takesy backsies. Let's see. Yeah, this is just like a for fun tournament that I host. This is nothing sanctioned. We don't have the rule where if you like pick up cards to try to commit to a summon, like it's not mandatory. Like we're not gonna force you into it. It's just we're here to chill, have fun, have a good time, whatnot. Next, we go ahead and activate Zephyr's effect. Bounce the Black Whirlwind that we activated off of Simoon to our hand to special summon Strix. Then I'm activating Rusty Bardish's effect since I summon a Dark Xyz to his zone he points to pop his Ecclesia. I think he says at this point, he's like, why would you do that? Just like wait till the end phase for it to die. I was kind of thinking about Fleur de Lis, but then again, I'm like, he would have Fleur de Lis so long ago again. Next, I activate activate Strix effect to search for the Raider's Wing. Activate Raider's Wing, detach to special summon it, and then I link that and these Colossus off into, I believe this is Verte Anaconda. Yes. And then Raider's Wing will be banished because of how it works. I have the rank up spell that I'm going to activate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, banishing 6 to rank it up into the big chicken. And I don't think I've taken any damage yet this game. I think I'm only taking 200 or 2,000 from the Verte eventually. I've taken 400 from the Zephyros. I realized right there that I forgot I got rid of my IP Masquerena. So you guys are going to see this god awful play of me linking those into a access code talker. I was trying to link my Harmattan and my Gale into IP Masquerena, which I completely forgot that I banished. I sent it off the initial Maximus, which kind of bit me in the butt. So I link off into an access code talker instead. I do have 2 monsters that are completely unaffected by all card effects, which is pretty cool, and a 4,300 access code talker with a Rusty Bardiche, and I kind of just pass on that. And then during the end phase, I'm just telling him that he'll take 1,000 damage off of my big chicken, the Ultimate Falcon, because he controls no monsters, so during the end phase, he will lose 1,000 life. And then he's showing me he's got 2 Lava Golems in his hand again. I was like, I think this game as well. I'm like, oh, he probably has the 2 Lava Golems again. Just inconvenience. He's asking to read Access Code Talker. It's not really going to do too much for us this game. It was just me misplaying. I was like, I've already done one takesy backsies. I'm not going to do it again. He's asking to look through my grave. I think at one point he asked me why I linked the Verte off, and then Kyle behind the camera is laughing about it. He's like, you didn't even summon Dragoons. I'm like, I know, because I'm an idiot. The Nekroz cards do have an effect where if you control no monsters, you can banish the Nekroz ritual spell and a Nekroz monster to get a search from the deck for a Nekroz card. I think it's just a Nekroz monster is what they search for. I could be wrong though. So let's see, because he can still search Brio, which is the exact same thing. Let's see what he searches for. Because he can search Brio, and then discard Brio for a Colossus, and then discard Colossus for whatever ritual spell he wants. So he's going for Mirror, is what it looks like. Mirror is the one that brings them back from the graveyard. Then he activates Cycle's effect to banish 2 to get another search for Cycle. Let's see, Cycle uses... Maybe it's Cycle that brings them back from the graveyard by letting you use your extra deck as well. I could be completely wrong. I cannot remember. So he's got this dead Dark Ruler in his hand because half my monsters aren't unaffected by it, but he does have the double Lava Golem. But I'm not as scared this time because I am at more than 2,000 life points. So there goes my 2 monsters unaffected by everything. There goes those 2, and he's just laughing. He's like, yeah, man, I can't really do anything. You can kind of see him just giggling in the corner. He's like, Lava Golem, pass. I'm like, effect. So I'll take 2,000. I believe at this point I'm down to 4,600. And I'm just going to like switch these Lava Golems to attack. I believe I drew a Bora for turn. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check this. Because I'm going to obviously activate the other Black Whirlwind. Oh, no, I'm just going to swing in for 6,000. Set 1. I think that's just an imperm that's not going to do too much. So let's see. He's got Brio, Dark Ruler, and Cycle and Mirror in his hand. So Brio can get him a search for a monster. I was foolish. I did not play around Trishula in this game, but it did not matter too much because obviously we've got another couple minutes to go in this game. Trishula, for the Nekroz of Trishula, you have to banish a monster from your hand, or from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. So if I would have gotten rid of that last card in my hand, his Trishula would not have been able to activate. Let's see, is he searching Unicorn? So he's going to search the Ultra, and then he's going to like, no, I want the secret one. I think that's what he's doing. Yeah. I think Unicorn can discard to add from the graveyard. I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly. Let's see what's about to go down. So Unicorn, yep, it does add from the graveyard. So he's going to search, or he's going to add back his Trishula. He's probably going to ritual summon his Trishula with Mirror. So Mirror is what I believe Mirror lets you banish from the graveyard. Yes. So he's going to banish his Brio and he's just going to banish Shirt because yeah, Shirt does count as the full tribute. So he banishes the Black Whirlwind from my hand. He's probably going to banish a Lava Golem from my field so he doesn't die next turn because he is at 2,000 life. And then he's just going to banish a random card from my graveyard, I think. Don't banish the Verte Colin, please. I did record this like 2 weeks ago, so I'm not too exact on what he banishes. I can't remember. Yeah, I think he's just like, I think I'm going to lose at this point anyways. And just passes. Ask him what he's going to banish off my field. That Lava Golem specifically. And then it swings back around to my turn. And then I believe at this point I top deck Bora. Normal summon. Oh yeah, I go standby phase, Lava Golem effect, mandatory. Normal summon Bora, and he's like, okay, you got it. Bora does piercing damage, so that's enough to get over his his defense position, Nekroz of Trishula. And we are going into game 3. So in the first match, like I said, guys, he did beat me. I'm showing the camera that IP Masquerade I banished off of I sent to the graveyard off of the Maximus and then banished for the rank up spell. and that's why I linked the Verte Anaconda and my 2 Blackwings into an access code talker. I was locked into Darks, so I couldn't link it into anything else really. I couldn't go into Apollosa because, again, I was locked into Darks. So I was like, well, that's inconvenient. And I did already do 1 takesy backsies, so I wasn't going to do 2 in the same game. So let's see. We're going for game 3. And he did tell me that he is a blind second deck. I'm not sure what we go with game 3. I don't remember if he goes first or if I go first. But uh, I did know initially it was a blind going second, but I won the die roll and I decided to go first just because I wanted to be fair. Any other game I would have gone first. So, or any other matchup I would have gone first too. So I knew what I was going to be playing into, but let's see. So side decking. It's got that pretty ultimate cosmic cyclone in there. And then there was a common. Then I think I'm already done side decking. I'm just shuffling because my side deck's kind of jank. Like I don't really have too much for Nekroz. I am side decking. I want to say Solemn Judgments, which is kind of scary considering he's playing Lava Golem. It's really terrifying. And Blizzard. Blizzard's a really cool card. It's a quick play spell card that says target 1 spell or spell your opponent controls. Negate its effects, and if it would be sent to the graveyard this turn, send it to your opponent's hand instead, and they cannot activate cards with the same name as the card you targeted. So it just negates one of his ritual spells, which all of his ritual spells are once per turn anyways, but Blizzard is just like backup to it, I guess. It's a free judgment. So that way I'm not paying half my life to do the exact same thing. He'll have it for next turn, unfortunately. However, his graveyard will not be fueled for ritual spells to get searches for the next turn. All right, so we are finished side decking, and he's just so smooth with shuffling like that, pile shuffling like that. I think I try it at some point like afterwards, and it's just awful. I'm answering another ruling and another question, probably another message too. Yeah, Colin's just so much smoother at that pile shuffle than I am. I tried it like afterwards, and I just can't even shuffle well in general. Making sure I got a good thorough shuffle because I'm sick of drawing gold rares that I'm going to take out pretty soon. And we go into our game 3. Life is at 8,000, 8,000 again. And I believe he's going first. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, he's going first if I'm doing that kind of hand shuffle. So you can see he's got terraforming. He is playing the spellcasters. I can't remember what that field spell's called. Secret Village of the Spellcaster, that's it. To shut me off from activating my Black Whirlwind. However, under Secret Village of the Spellcaster, you can still activate Simoon's effect to place Black Whirlwind on the field. Because Simoon does not specifically say activate Black Whirlwind, it says place Black Whirlwind onto the field, which is different than activating. So that was a really cool interaction that he did not see coming, and he actually had to double check the card afterwards to make sure like that's how it worked. I'm like, yeah, dude, there's a difference between placing and activating. So just the random dorky interactions that can happen within this game is just so fun. And then he dropped his second unicorn that I did not know he had. Let's see. Yep, go for Brio. Discard. He's probably going to search for either a Colossus or a Trishula. Yep, Colossus. Discard. Search for another Nekroz ritual spell. Kaleidoscope is really good. And let's see what we're doing next. I'm going to go ahead and activate Kaleidoscope. Special Unicorn by sending a Herald. Get another search. I didn't side Droll Nox because normally I wouldn't have in like our locals, but I'm probably going to start doing so afterwards just because Droll Nox just seems to be super, super good right now. It doesn't hit Virtual Worlds right now, but no one in my locals is playing it. It's just kind of a lot of random decks right now. Just decks like everyone wants to have fun with pet decks. Then he's searching for a Nekroz of Valkyris, so like a little battle fader, which is really cool. Valkyris is just like if your opponent would declare an attack, you can banish a Nekroz spell or a Nekroz card from your graveyard and discard this card, negate the attack. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Nekroz of Unicorn is a spellcaster, so that is a bit unfortunate for us that we cannot activate the Black Whirlwind and from our hand. I think that we have a Cosmic Cyclone on the far left. I cannot see properly, but I know we do have Simoon in our hand. So let's see. We're going to activate Simoon, I know. I'm telling him, I'm like, that sanctuary, that secret village is just bodying my hand, because I'm pretty sure on that far left card in my hand was a Cosmic Cyclone. Let's see what we're going to go for. And we have Oster on our hand, which is really good. So I see Oster, Bora, oh, 2 Oster. So that's not good. It's awful opening multiple Osters. And I think I'm going to make the stupid play by banishing an Oster. Oh, we just normal summon Oster. Okay. Oh, I remember now. This is this is honestly going to be one of the funniest plays you guys will ever see. So I did not open up Simoon in this game. So I activate Strangleanius. I am now locked into Dark Monsters. And I'm like, alright, Synchro 8. He's like, are you playing Beals? I kind of just throw down a Borreload Savage with no negation. This was my only out to killing a Unicorn. So I go Battle Phase, attack into a Unicorn. He's going to negate my attack by discarding and then banishing a Nekroz ritual spell. Okay, no, he's going to banish Colossus instead. So I set 3, 1 card is still in my hand, and then I pass. And it's hilarious because apparently he cannot get over my Borreload Savage Dragon with no negations. It's just big. He's just kind of staring down a 3000 vanilla, and that's kind of something we were giggling about. Kyle is in the background. He's giggling about it too. I'm also playing around Lava Golem because I'm tired of 2 games in a row. He double Lava Golemed me. I was like, I'm not going to get Lava Golemed again. He's looking through his extra deck. It looks like he was looking at the Bahamut Shark in the Totally Awesome play. I'm kind of glad he didn't go that route. He does not do that route because Unicorn is just so much more oppressive, and it keeps his Village of the Spellcasters live so that he can use spells and I cannot. He needed 1 more ritual monster. If you saw in his extra deck, he did have a link monster. It was the Nephis link monster, I believe, where it has an effect where it gains attack, or it gains effects based off of the amount of ritual monsters you used. If you use 1 ritual monster, it gains 1200 attack. If you use 2 ritual monsters, I don't remember what it does, but if it uses 3 ritual monsters, it gains another 1200 attack. And I believe it's a base 2000 attack. So I'm going to look that up real quick. He's kind of just thinking, he's like, this is quite a pickle. Yeah, I can't, I don't remember how to spell Nephthys. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to find Nephthys. So he's activating his Fleur de Lis from hand since I do control an extra deck monster, and he's going to declare an attack. This is one of his only outs, because when Fleur de Lis declares an attack, all Dogmatica monsters gain 500 attack. I'm like, nope, I'm going to impermit on its effect, and you're not going to gain that 500. So his Fleur de Lis crashes into my Borreload Savage, dies because it does not gain the 500. It would have been at 3,000, so it was only at 2,500. He'll take the 500, and then looks like he's just gonna have to pass on that because there's not too much else that he can really do. It's very smart of him just to keep the 2 unicorns on the field as opposed to going to the Bahamut Shark, because then that turns my spells on. And then now I'm thinking, I'm like, normal summon Oster, special summon Harmattan effect target him. So that turns Harmattan into a level 6. And then I'm going to special summon my Full Armor Master. Full Armor Master is currently negated because he was special summoned after Unicorn was already on the field. If he would have been special summoned before Unicorn, his effects would have been live. But since it was after Unicorn, he was negated at the time. But they are both 3,000, and Full Armor Master is unaffected by everything now again. So if he Lava Golems me, I'm not too scared. And I made sure I wanted to empty my hand because I wanted to play around Trish because I knew I was going to be clearing his field, which would let his ritual spells get some free searches, which is really scary. Trishula is non-targeting banishing, which is really good because it gets over the Borreload Savage. It gets rid of a card in my hand, and it would get rid of one of my Osters, I'm sure, from the graveyard. So he's just staring at 3,000 beat sticks. And I wasn't too afraid of getting Lava Golem at this point either, because I figured that would have been a card out of his hand that he would be wasting, which would still give me a 3,000 beat stick. And then I'm just reading this again because I forgot. You can see I'm wearing my mask. We all wear our masks there. But he can't activate spell cards because he locked himself out because he has no spellcaster monsters on the field. So I believe he's playing Dance Princess is her name. The Nekroz main deck monster, one of them. And that is his only out. Although he cannot activate spell cards onto the field, he can activate their effects in graveyard, is why he's kind of trying to think so hard. There I go, answering another message or something. So yeah, you can see in his hand it's kind of bad having a ritual spell and a ritual monster. So he's going to Unicorn for Brio. And is he? I think Brio is correct, and I think he's going to search for Dance Princess. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Dance Princess. And that is his out, his own lock. And now he's just looking at his graveyard, trying to think of what he can do. And then Dance Princess gets an effect when she's tributed that I do not remember. So I'm going to look that up real quick again for you guys. Let's see. I think she adds a banished Nekroz card. Dance Princess. If this card is tributed, you can target one of your banished Nekroz monsters. Add it to your hand. Okay. So obviously he's going to have to normal summon his Dance Princess to try to get out of his own lock. And then every time he activates a monster effect that will resolve on the field, he will get a wedge counter because of my Blackwing Full Armor Master. So he activates Cycle, attributing the Dance Princess to summon the Unicorn. The only one on the field that's negated is my Borreload Savage because Full Armor was summoned when there was no Unicorn on the field, so he's still alive. However, none of his monsters are going to gain a counter because they're not going to activate on the field. And he's just giggling. He's like, oh god, I think I messed up somewhere. But we were both playing pretty tricky hands. So he's going to go for Mirror, banish the Dance Princess, I believe, or banish another Unicorn. Okay, so he's going to banish another Unicorn for the Unicorn. Let's see what he's going to do. Yeah, that's where he's looking at his Nepis Link monster, saying that he needs one more to get it to be able to attack over my Full Armor Master. So he's looking at his Bahamut Shark, overlaying them. Which this is just a funny gameplay at this point. It's just been a good game. So he's going to use Bahamut Shark effect, throw a Toad on the field. I'm like, all right, he gets a wedge counter. And then he passes. And then I drop something. What do I drop? I top the top card of my deck. Activate Oster's effect, put wedge counters on everyone. So I guess Bahamut Shark gets another wedge counter. Toad gets a wedge counter. I'm like, that Bahamut Shark, gimme that. And I think I have Bora in my hand again. So I just normal summon it. Yep, and Bora does piercing. He's just giggling. He's like, oh no, I'm dead. And we elbow bump for a good game. And we're talking about, oh, that was just dorky. The first match, like I said, guys, he did beat me. Unfortunately, I just did not have half of it on camera. Like half of my field was just off camera. I had triple tactics talent in my hand too for going second because I thought he was gonna set up like a toad play instead. But Unicorn is obviously just good, so I'm like, my hand was super janky. But in the end, it did work out for us, and we did manage to pick it up. And yeah, he's just showing me the Nephis Link monster that just gains attack. And I pause it right there. So that is going to be it for the live duel, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. I had a blast playing against Nekroz. Huge thanks to Colin for letting me record our game. I'll be trying to do more games, live duels, whenever I can. Obviously, with COVID and whatnot going on, no one really wants to get too close to each other. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Remember to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Tell me if you noticed any misplays in the game. I myself did not. I was trying to look out for anything, but I think everything was legal. I mean, obviously misplays happen. Illegal plays do happen by accident, but I think everything in here was pretty good. I know in one of our games that we had to restart the recording. He lava golemed me and then summoned Ecclesia by accident, and like neither one of us caught that. And like afterwards, he's like, "Okay, you know what? I accidentally cheated." He's like, "I remembered," but no, it was a good time. It was fun games, but yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching the video, and I will talk to you later. Peace.